Let's talk about modular. Let's talk about using modular for multifamilies. What is happening, YouTube? It's Matt Faircloth. This is our Mentorship Monday program, and I am Matt from the DeRosa Group, which is a real estate company that's dedicated to transforming lives through real estate. You guys should check us out online at DeRosa, DEROSA, DeRosaGroup.com, and you can hear more about all the cool stuff that we're up to, including awesome passive investing stuff and picking up a copy of my book, Raising Private Capital. We're going to have an interesting conversation today, guys. I didn't get a name here. All I got is just an email address. So I won't read off your email address, but I'll just say to my friend in New Jersey, a fellow recovering New Jersey resident, as I am, talking about modular. Let's talk about modular. Let's talk about using modular for multifamilies. For those of y'all that are like, what's modular? Okay. Think like Lego bricks, right? If these of you have kids, or if those of you guys were a kid, play with Lego bricks. Modular technology is a way to build a house in a factory, and it shows up on the back of these 18-wheeler trucks, big flatbed trucks, and they just put them together like Lego bricks, right? Like they take these big cells that are made in a factory, and it's all the framing, all the electrical, all the plumbing, and they take it and they put it together, and the plumbing connects, and they're well built, well engineered boxes. They're not the old Sears and Roebuck houses from back in the day that were made to last a couple of years. So I've been in modular homes. You can't tell a modular home. You look at it and you're like, this is a modular? And you're like, yeah, it is, because they've really upgraded the technology, and it's a really great way to build. It gets built in a safe, controlled environment, because if you build something out in the field, you can't control whether it's going to snow or rain or have a hurricane or wind or whatever that's going to damage what you got. And then it's going to get brought out to the site and then assembled there. That is what modular technology is. There are many, many homes that are built via modular technology. If you want to consider modular, you need to look for a local factory. This is tip number one to my friend that answered this question. They asked this question, or for those guys who want to learn more about modular, doing real modular stuff in their real portfolio. And you can do fix and flips with modular. I've seen that done. Buying a parcel of land, build a modular house, and then sell it. Cost for modular construction is still around the same as stick framing, somewhere in the, say, 120 so per square foot, all the way up to 200 per square foot or more to build a home, plus the cost of the land and the engineering and on top, right? So don't quote me on that. Get a quote from your modular builder on that. But those are some of the prices I've heard, depending on finishes and the part of the world that you're in, right? The thing is that your modular factory, I mean, the place where they're building those boxes, needs to be close to your job site. Think about this. They are taking this enormous piece of real estate and driving it on the back of an open truck through wind and elements and things like that. And they don't want to run the risk of taking this thing that could, like that one box could cost $50,000, $100,000.
Wow.
So they don't want to run the risk of driving that thing across the country. So you're going to have to find a modular factory that serves a certain region. So my friend here is in New Jersey. Most of the modular factories that serve New Jersey are in the Poconos. And so that's where you want to look, is in the Poconos for a modular factory. You want to call the factory direct. They're going to tell you who the dealer is in your local area. This is how it works in New Jersey and Pennsylvania. Other states are probably around the same. No modular factory is going to want to take a major risk on shipping product across, let's say more than like 500 miles, just for a rule of thumb. You're going to talk to them and ask them what their shipping range is. That's what you want to say it. What is your shipping range when you talk to them? And they'll tell you where it is. And then two options with regards to how to get the boxes, how to buy them. A dealer, you can buy them from someone who's a licensed home builder in your area. And that home builder is the one that'll be able to give you prices and be able to help you design it. And they'll likely be the one that'll come up with the set crew, meaning the crane and the jazz that needs to come out to the site and put it together. And then there's stuff that needs to happen in a modular construction project. It's not ready to move in when the boxes show up. There's further finish work that needs to happen, which we don't have to get into right now. So the dealer is the one that can do all that for you turnkey. Now, of course, they're going to have a markup, right? They're going to charge you a fee, whatever. What we looked into doing, which we ended up not doing, but the reason I know about this is because we looked into doing this, our company, the DeRosa Group, is becoming a dealer ourselves. So you can get a home builder's license from your local state, not a home improvement contractor's license, but a home builder's license, get the right insurance, go through the application process. And if you get a home builder's license and the factory likes you and wants to work with you, they can give you the license to buy the product from them at the factory's cost. That's a pretty good deal, and it's probably not going to be worth the hurdles unless you want to do a lot of projects or build a build something really big, right? So that's another angle of attack. Again, forgive me, I just think like an entrepreneur. So for those of you guys that think like entrepreneurs, that's the angle of attack you want to take. For those of you guys that want to think like a one-off, that's okay too. Find yourself a builder or a dealer for that factory and find the factories that are in the local trading area. It's certainly possible to build multifamily with modular. A lot of things come up. Modular construction, as I've always seen it, is made out of wood, stick frame. You can build apartment buildings out of aluminum framing and stuff like that, and other types of framing product. The reason why I'm bringing this up is you can only go but so tall out of things that are made out of wood. Typically, it's 4 stories or so is the code in most areas. Maybe 5 stories under different regulations. You can build a podium, like one metal podium, and then go up with wood above that, which you can do with modulars. These are all different options. But if you want to build like a high-rise apartment building, you're not going to build that with modular construction. You can build what they call a garden low-rise, which is typically 2 stories, 2.5 stories, maybe 4, but I probably wouldn't do that. Those are things you can look into. But the dealer and the factory, or who you want to talk to, they can tell you what they've built already. They'll maybe refer you to some architects that can design something that would work well with modular technology. Certain things will work, certain things will not. Modular technology has certain limitations. You should talk to the factory, talk to an architect about those things, such as the width of that box. Think about it. If you've got a box driving down the road, right, that box is going to be so wide. The box can't be 100 feet wide. It's got to be this wide because it's got to fit inside the lane on the highway, right? So there is a certain limitation for what you can build based on how wide that box is. Now they can marry up another box next to it, but just there is a limitation that will come into your project based on the size and width and length of the boxes of them driving them down the highway, right? That's a introduction segue. I hope they give you guys enough to at least do. There's other stuff on modular technology on our YouTube channel that you guys can check out, and certainly on Google. There's a ton out there, but I think your first move is to find a local factory in your local trading area and talk to them and see where you can go from there. So there you go, guys. Modular is a very interesting technology. I think you're going to see more and more of it as things change, as home building becomes more of a thing, and in building more homes, because America needs more houses and more places for people to live. So I think modular is probably one of the answers to that. So I hope it becomes more prevalent, more prominent. And you can also go very green and energy efficient, which is something I'm very personally passionate about. You can do that with modular technology very easily too. So that's what I got, guys. Feel free to leave comments or thoughts, or even listen. If you're a modular dealer and you want to promote yourself, put a web link down below. I'll let you do that. Go ahead and put a web link so people can hear about you in this video comment section. That's what I got, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the question. Have a great and profitable week.